Could it be that the winds of change are blowing across the Seine? Has France's President Emmanuel Macron been swayed by the tumultuous tides of the ongoing Ukraine war? In the span of over 2 years of conflict, Macron's stance has morphed from a cautious reluctance to humiliate Russia to a bold suggestion of deploying troops to Ukraine, a shift that has seen him move from the realm of foreign policy doves to the hawkish side of the spectrum. One may wonder whether Macron is attempting to regain lost goodwill among Central European, Scandinavian and Baltic states, or if his reasons are manifold. In a conference held in Paris in February, Macron did not rule out the deployment of Western troops to fight Russia on the ground in Ukraine. This proposition rankled Russian President Vladimir Putin and was dismissed by Ukraine's main backers. Fast forward to March 5th, Macron, in a speech delivered in Prague, declared that Europeans cannot be cowards when confronting Moscow. This shift in Macron's posture has prompted experts to speculate on the possible reasons behind it. Firstly, the escalating conflict between Ukraine and Russia, coupled with stalled Western aid, has made the upcoming months crucial for the war's trajectory. In a worst-case scenario, parts of Ukraine's front line could be at risk of collapsing. Secondly, the looming possibility of a second Trump presidency casts a long shadow. Some suggest that Macron is using this opportunity to advance his vision for Europe's strategic autonomy and demonstrate Europe's capacity to support Ukraine without the United States. Furthermore, Russia's intensive efforts to drive France out of Africa's Sahel region may also be influencing Macron's stance. Russia has launched anti-French campaigns to sway public sentiment against the former colonial power and offered security to authoritarian African regimes, potentially making France's presence dispensable. Lastly, with European elections on the horizon and the hard-right Marine Le Pen and Jordan Bardella poised to defeat Macron, could he be using the Ukraine situation to create a political divide between his side and the opposition? Critics argue that Macron could have spearheaded the European response to the crisis in terms of military assistance. Yet, they claim the disparity between some of Macron's words and actions has undermined his standing among his European allies. It remains unclear whether this shift has bolstered his standing in Putin's eyes. To recap, Macron's shift in stance on the Ukraine war can be attributed to several factors: the escalating conflict between Ukraine and Russia, the possibility of a second Trump presidency, Russia's efforts to oust France from Africa's Sahel region, and the upcoming European elections. Whether this shift will prove beneficial for Macron or Europe as a whole, only time will tell.